If you are on Linux, more specifically Debian or any of its derivative distributions, simply launch terminal and type command sudo apt install git with y argument and hit enter. It will ask for the password. Enter your user account password. This command will install Git on your local machine. Since I already have the Git installed on my local machine, it is saying Git is already the newest version. In order to check if you have Git installed on your local machine, simply type git and then version. It will display the version number of Git installed on your local machine. Before going any further, we need to understand a few terminologies related to Git. Number 1. Repository. Repository is a project directory or folder. It's basically the root directory of your project where all your code, documentation, images and other project related files reside. It also includes entire history of the project. In short, anything or everything you want to include in your version control system. Next, local versus remote repository. A local repository is a copy of the project's entire history, including all files and changes stored directly on a user machine. In contrast, a remote repository is a version of the project hosted on a server or cloud-based platform. For example, GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, that is accessible over a network. It acts as a central hub for collaboration, allowing multiple developers to share and synchronize their work. Now, what is a commit in the context of Git? A commit represents a snapshot of your project at a specific point in time. Similarly, tag. Tag is used to mark a specific point, such as completion of a major feature or stable build. Git configuration option levels. You can set Git configuration options at different levels, namely system, global and local. If you set a Git configuration option at the system level, it is applicable to all the users of that system and all the repositories of all the users. If you set a Git configuration option at the global level, it is applicable to a single user and all the repositories owned by that user. And if you want to set a Git configuration option at the repository level, use local. At this stage, instead of bloating you with every possible Git config option, we will only set a few options globally. That is to apply them to all the local repositories of a user. We will set more Git config options when we need them later in the course. Here is a list of the Git configuration options we will set now. To mention, these are not the mandatory ones to use Git, but it's a best practice to set them. Number 1. User.name. It could be your real name, your pseudonym, or team name. User.email and user.name are used to set author name for a specific Git commit. Next, init.defaultBranch. It is the name of the initial branch created when a new Git repository is initialized with the git init command. gpg.signingkey. GNU privacy guard keys are used in Git to cryptographically sign commits and tags. providing verification of the author's identity and ensuring the integrity of the code. Next, we will tell Git to sign and encrypt every commit in tag by default by setting commit.sign and tag.sign to true. Now these installation instructions are applicable to the Linux Debian distribution and any of its derivative distributions. If you are on Windows or macOS, simply navigate to gitscm.com/install. Here you can find installer setup files for Windows and installation instructions for macOS. Also, if you want to read more about GPG keys, you can check out GNU Privacy Guard official website. Also, you can read out Git tools signing your work section at Git SCM documentation. Now we will set these options one by one. Open up your terminal and type git config global user.name and set it to whatever you want. Similarly, set the user.email. Next, we will set the git config global init.defaultBranch and we will set it to main. Next option is the gpg.signingkey. Before setting this option, we need to create a new gpg key on a local machine. In order to do that, type gpg --full generate key. It will ask for a few options except the default ones. In the expiry section, we will choose it to 1 year. Type the name you used earlier. Email address. Input O and hit enter for OK. It will ask for a passphrase to protect your GPG key. Create a new passphrase. And hit enter. Now a new GPG key is created on your local machine and its long form key ID is this one. We will use it to set gpg.signingkey git configuration option. Git config global gpg.signingkey and then paste the key ID. Now we will tell Git to sign every commit in tag by default. By setting commit.sign to true and tag.sign to true. Now if you want to edit any of these configuration options or replace them or remove them, simply type git config edit -- global Here you can change the name, email, default branch, signing key, or remove any of the keys. Once you are done, press Ctrl O to write the changes and then Ctrl X to exit the editor.